My parents threw me away at age 10, like unwanted luggage, not because I did anything wrong, but simply because I wasn't born a boy. And now that I've inherited a $27 million fortune, they've come crawling back. My father sat across from me at the breakfast table and told me I was being given away. No yelling, no tears, just that flat, efficient voice he used to close deals at the bank. You'll be going to a better family, he said. I was 10 years old. His name was Nathaniel, a bank manager who measured everything by usefulness. My mother, Margaret, sat beside him with her eyes on her plate, fingers twisting her apron. She said nothing. I had two older brothers, Ryan and Connor, trophies, praise, names said with pride at dinner. I got nods. When my mother got pregnant again, Nathaniel declared it would be a boy before she was even showing, painted the nursery blue, passed out cigars, called the baby the family's future. At 10, I understood exactly what that made me. He gave me until noon to pack. One suitcase, only what's essential. I folded 2 changes of clothes, packed books with cracked spines, tucked my stuffed rabbit in the corner, placed a framed Christmas photo on top, the last one before the baby. I wanted proof I had once belonged somewhere. They drove me to a squat brick building downtown, family services. My father filled out paperwork like he was closing a deal. My mother hugged me once and whispered I'd understand when I was older. They walked away without looking back. That night, on a bleach-smelling cot, I made myself a promise. I would never beg anyone to love me again. The foster system swallowed me whole. 6 kids crammed into a house built for 2. Parents who ran it like a prison. Then a couple who called me sweetheart for 3 weeks before deciding I was too scarred, too old. Packed up and sent back. Then another home. Clean lawns. Locked cabinets. Eyes that lit up only when the stipend checks arrived. I learned to disappear. Stay quiet. Be invisible. The only person who noticed was my social worker, Elena. You're hiding behind those grades, she said. She was right. And she was the one who found James. James Calder, 62, widower. A house too big for one man and a patience I had never seen. He didn't run through rules when I arrived. He walked me through the rooms, wooden floors, shelves of books. And when he opened the door to what could be my room, he said, I haven't painted. I thought you might want to choose the colors yourself. No one had ever said that to me before. When nightmares woke me, he was outside my door with hot chocolate. One Saturday, I found him in the garage measuring planks of wood, building me a bookshelf. Your books deserve a proper home, he said. The day my adoption was finalized, it was James's quiet nod that made it real. He showed me architecture, how a building can make someone feel safe just by the way light moves through it. I started sketching whole neighborhoods. He bought me pencils and graph paper and never questioned whether I was serious. By my early 30s, those sketches were real structures standing across Portland. Awards, conference stages, every achievement still felt incomplete unless James was in the front row. Then I noticed his hands trembling at a dinner. The way he pushed food around his plate, stage 4 pancreatic cancer. It hit me like a wall. James stayed calm. We can't choose the length of the road, only how we walk it. I became his caretaker. One quiet night, rain at the windows, he took my hand. Build something that outlives us both, he whispered. I stayed until his breathing stopped. 3 months later, a lawyer called. Routine paperwork, I assumed. He slid a document across the desk. The number in black ink made the air leave my lungs. $27 million. James had left me everything. His house, his investments, decades of quietly protected wealth. The man in flannel shirts and gardening gloves had been building this for years, and he chose me. Headlines followed within days. Architect inherits fortune. And then the doorbell rang. A man in his 60s, well-dressed but worn at the edges. Younger man in a suit behind him, briefcase in hand. He said a name I hadn't spoken in over 20 years. It's me, he said, already trying to step past me. Your father, Nathaniel Ward. Smaller than the giant I remembered, but that arrogance, still there, unchanged. When I read about your inheritance, I knew it was finally time to make things right. I didn't invite them in. That night I called a private investigator, and when the report landed on my desk a week later, it confirmed everything. And it was so much worse than I ever imagined. Full story on the channel linked below.